I'm Dr. Jen with White Wave Bodywork, and in this video what I want to go over is a stretch for the shoulders that I actually really like to do for my neck. When my neck and upper traps feel really tight or uncomfortable, or my neck is just hurting, this is the one that is my go-to to try to make those upper traps relax. So it's actually a stretch that's like for so many things in the body. What you're going to do is take a wide stance, much wider than the outside of your hips, as far as you feel like you can go. If you can get that wide stance to go as far as your wrists, great. If you can't, somewhere in between outer hip width and here is ideal, okay? We're gonna look at the feet. Second toes pointed straight forward. So from the center of the ankle to the second toe, pointed straight forward, that's what we're going for. If anything I tell you to do hurts in any way as you're going through this, I want you to stop. Don't do anything that's painful. Mind your body first. Listen and pay attention. These are just the alignment cues to try to help things open up, okay? So from here, what we're going to try to do is reach our hands back behind our back and clasp them. But the cue that I think is important before you do that is to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and back towards the back body, then reach back. Because what most people do when I ask them to do that is this. Do you see the difference in my shoulders between this depressed, rounded position and this elevated, protracted position? I'm sorry, retracted position. So we've got this forward and down that people a lot of times will do. Their chest is caved, their shoulders are forward and down, or they're shortening up, retracting, and then coming back. And that's a much more open place for the shoulders. It's a happier, safer place for the shoulders to go into this position that we're about to do, okay? So take your wide stance, try to shrug your shoulders up towards your ears, back towards the ceiling, and try and clasp your hands. If you can do that, great. If you can't, without doing that modification that I just said, this is the next thing I want you to grab. If you have to use a strap, you're going to take, what I have is a dog leash, something that's not stretchy, something that's a strap, solid, and you're going to take the palms of your hands and face them towards your butt. So you're going to grip it in this place because that is an open position for the shoulders. This, again, rotates inwardly on those shoulders and kind of closes down. So we're going to open up the shoulders, shrug them up and back, and then try to inch your hands as close together as you can on this belt. I'm going to stop here just so you can see for the purposes of this video. And the next thing we're going to do is try to hinge forward at the hips. Now I have different videos about hip hinging and pelvic tilting. Those might be helpful to watch in the future. But for now, let's just try and see. I'm going to let go so you can see my back. I'm going to hinge forward at the hips and try to keep that dip in my lower back. That robin's egg shape in the lower back is important for this hip hinge. We're going to keep that all the way down till we are chest parallel to the floor. All right? So that's what I would call chest parallel to the floor. From here, what I like to do is bend my knees because it's a big stretch, especially the first couple times I try to do it on my hamstring. So I'm going to bend my knees, try to keep that dip in my lower back until I'm parallel to the floor, and then I can round forward. So here, we're going to do that cue again for the shoulders. Shrug your shoulders up towards your ears and back towards the ceiling, and then try to lift your hands up overhead. If your arms aren't moving anywhere, go ahead and try to slide your hands out on the belt until they feel like they can come up and over your head. Now, if you aren't using the belt, shrug up and back, hip hinge till you're parallel, then round forward, shrug up and back again, try and get your arms to come up over your head, and we're gonna hang here. And what I want you to try to do is press up through the heels and see how far you can straighten out your knees without pain. It should feel like a good stretch on the backs of your thighs, maybe even into your calves. And here, with the arms and shoulders, we're trying to get them to just rest as far as they can down toward the floor. For the neck, and why I love this for the neck is because here I can rotate like I'm saying no, or nod like I'm saying yes. And there's so much freedom in the neck in this position. with the arms back like this, my upper traps have just zero tension in them. So I think about my neck like a rag doll here. And I just ragdoll my head in a yes, and a ragdoll my head in a no. And then to come up out of it, I'm gonna keep the shoulders elevated and back, bring the arms back down, try to hinge up at the hips, get that robin's egg shape in my lower back, and then push through the heels to stand. All right? So that stretch obviously stretches a lot of things. It really opens up the shoulders, takes a lot of pressure off of the upper traps, and obviously gets a lot of stretch on the backs of the thighs, the hamstrings especially. So try it out. Let me know what you think of those cues. Let me know what you think of that exercise in general and what it does for your neck. And thanks for watching. I hope you learned something helpful.